Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to unpack complex topics, basically give you the inside track fast.
That's the goal.
Today we're looking at Timex Group India Ltd. It's, a heritage brand, but they've just posted some seriously explosive growth figures for the first quarter of their fiscal year, 2025-26.
Yeah, quite
We
something.
want to get into not just the numbers, but the strategy behind what they're calling a historic high.
Right. And just so you know where we're getting this from, our sources are pretty solid. A press release, an investor presentation, and the formal board meeting outcome all dropped on July 29th, 2025.
Okay.
So our job here is really to pull out the key nuggets, the most important bits, to help you quickly get up to speed on Timex's performance and, where they're headed.
Got it.
Oh, and a quick note for everyone listening globally. You'll hear lakhs and crores. That's standard in India. A lakh is 100,000. A crore is 10 million. So when we say 169 crores, that's 1.69 billion rupees. Roughly maybe 20.3 million US dollars, give or take, depending on the exchange rate. Just for context.
Super helpful context, thanks. Okay, let's dive into these record results then. TGIL, Timex Group India Ltd, they're talking record results for the group, historic high for Timex watches. This is for Q1 FY26, so quarter ending June 30th, 2025. Big claims.
They are big claims, and honestly, the numbers seem to back them up pretty strongly. Total revenue hit 169 crores.
Okay, the $20.3 million figure.
Exactly. And that's a huge 55% jump compared to the same quarter last year. But what's maybe even more striking is the profitability leap.
Right.
EBITDA, that's earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, amortization, it jumped 4.5 times, 361% growth.
Wow.
Yeah. Up to 2,195 lakhs, which is about $2.64 million USD from only 476 lakhs last year. And look at the margin improvement from 4.4% up to 13.0%.
That's a massive jump in margin. So what's that telling us?
Yep.
Better efficiency, tighter controls, even with expansion.
It really points towards improved operating leverage. Basically, their revenue shot up way faster than their fixed cost, right? So each extra sale became much more profitable.
Makes sense.
And you see that efficiency flowing through elsewhere, too. Profit before tax, PBT, grew 6 times.
6 times.
Yeah, a 511% increase, hitting 1,987 lakhs. And the profit for the period was 1,467 lakhs. Last year, it was just 243 lakhs.
Incredible difference.
So for you listening, what this really means is a huge boost in earnings per share, the EPS. It went from just 0.06 last year in Q1 to 1.33 this Q1. It's a really strong bottom line performance.
Yeah, I can definitely see why the MD, Mr. Deepak Chhabra, was so pleased. He actually said, what a phenomenal start to the year. Called it the best ever performance for Timex. That confidence backed by these kinds of numbers really says something.
Absolutely. Which naturally leads us to ask, okay, what's driving all this? What are the strategic levers they're pulling? Well, it seems to be a mix. Things like getting deeper penetration with consumers, telling more compelling brand stories that actually connect, and importantly, a real sharpened focus on their premium product lines. It's not just one thing.
Okay, so let's unpack that a bit. How did the different brands do individually?
Well, the flagship, Timex itself, was the star. A massive 77% year-on-year growth really cemented its leadership position.
77%? Wow.
But it wasn't only Timex. Guess watches, they showed really strong resilience, up 33%, and Versace grew a notable 18%.
Oh, strength across the board, even in luxury.
Seems so. That Versace growth suggests rising demand for those aspirational luxury pieces. And they mentioned other licensed brands, GGC, Philippe Plain, Plain Sports, Nautica, all keeping solid momentum, especially getting traction in those premium segments. So yeah, broad-based success.
And how does this connect to how they're selling, the channels?
Right, good question. Their omni-channel strategy looks like it's really working. E-commerce was, stellar. 102% year-on-year growth.
Doubled their online business, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. It's a huge validation of their digital focus. But also the trade channel, traditional retail, which is still their biggest channel, that grew an impressive 22%.
Okay, solid growth on a big base.
Exactly. And they said it built on a strong prior year, plus it got a boost from a strong log-on season.
Ah, yes. The wedding season in India. Always big for watches and jewelry.
Right. And it wasn't just watches through these channels. Their OEM business, making components or watches for others, saw triple-digit gains too.
Okay.
Plus, they're actively expanding their physical stores in good locations, and they mentioned getting traction with quick commerce too, for speed and convenience.
So they're really covering all the bases online, traditional retail, Q-commerce, even OEM.
Seems that way. And alongside the channels, there's the product and the story. Still strong demand for the classics, the icons like Q Timex, Marlin, Waterbury, Freya, Expedition.
Yeah, those are staples. But they're not just relying on the old favorites, are they? I saw mentions of some really cool modern collaborations.
Oh yeah, definitely. They're really leaning into that fashion edge. Collaborations with Jackie H, The New Yorker, even Netflix's Wednesday series.
Oh, interesting.
And the latest one is Superman with Warner Bros. But what I find particularly smart is their Analog Life Make Time Yours campaign.
Right, targeting Gen Z and millennials.
Exactly. In this super digital world, they're kind of tapping into that desire for simplicity, intentional living, digital detox, maybe.
That's clever positioning. Selling a lifestyle, not just a watch. Could really resonate with younger buyers looking for something, well, real.
Precisely. And speaking of broadening scope, they actually stepped into a whole new category this quarter, fashion jewelry,
Oh, really? With which brand?
with GS jewelry, bringing that sort of bold global style to India's accessories market, which is growing fast.
Okay, so jewelry now too.
Yep. But they haven't forgotten tech either. They also launched the Timex Smart Nova smartwatch. So they're playing in both worlds, traditional and smart. Very versatile.
So this quarter's amazing. But zooming out, how does a brand with such a, well, long history keep doing this, keep reinventing itself?
It's fascinating, isn't it? You have to look at the parent company, Timex Group. Goes all the way back to 1854. Waterbury Clock Company originally.
1854.
Yeah, 170 years. And their whole history is about blending that traditional European watchmaking craft with American industrial know-how. Innovation and making things accessible has always been part of their DNA.
That's incredible history. And the scale today is just huge, right?
Oh, absolutely massive. Over 15 global brands under their umbrella. They've sold something like 2.7 billion accessories globally.
Boy, I want to be.
Yep. 120 distributors, 3,000 employees worldwide. It's a proper global powerhouse that's clearly managed to adapt over, well, centuries.
So in today's crowded market, what really sets them apart? What's their edge?
Good question. It seems to be a combination of things. They have a selective brand portfolio so they can target different people effectively. They have dedicated teams for product and marketing, constantly cooking up new designs and stories.
Right.
They use custom distribution networks tailored to each brand. And they keep tight control over standards end to end. Plus, unique design capabilities. Giorgio Galli, their chief creative director, is a big influence. And their marketing is very integrated experience, storytelling, performance marketing, all working together.
And specifically in India, that distribution network you mentioned earlier sounds like a massive advantage.
It really is. The numbers are staggering. Over 5,000 multi-brand stores, hundreds of large format stores, defense canteens, luxury retailers, their own exclusive stores.
Plus online, plus the franchise stores like Just Watches and Timex World.
Exactly. It's just incredible reach getting the product right in front of the consumer wherever they shop.
And this is all backed by quality control and efficient manufacturing.
Absolutely. That 170 years of experience counts. Their plant in Badi, Himachal Pradesh, is key for India. It can assemble around 5 million watches a year, potentially scaling to 6 million. And it handles everything: quartz, mechanical, digital, connected watches, over 150 movement types. Super agile. And then for the high-end Swiss stuff, they have their atelier in Ticino, Switzerland.
Okay, here's something really important I saw. This isn't just a one-quarter wonder. Timex Group India has apparently been gaining market share faster than the industry average for the last 3 years.
That's a crucial point, yes. It shows this isn't just luck, it's sustained momentum, consistent strategy and execution paying off over time.
Right. It builds confidence that this isn't just a flash in the pan.
Definitely. And just for completeness, the Indian entity is a public company listed on the Bombay Stock Exchange since '94, has its own board, proper governance structure.
Okay, so let's try and wrap this up. The core message from this deep dive seems pretty clear. Timex Group India's Q1 results show a company just hitting it out of the park.
Yeah, firing on all cylinders is a good way to put it.
Driven by fantastic financials, smart moves into premium segments, innovative products and collabs, really strong growth across all channels, and brand stories that connect.
And all built on that deep global history and, crucially, agile operations that seem perfectly tuned for today's market. It really looks like they've solidified their leadership.
Absolutely.
So, matter of final thought to leave you with. We talked about their Analog Life Make Time Yours campaign in this, hyper-digital age. How might that enduring appeal of a traditional watch, combined with their success in smartwatches and now even fashion jewelry, how might that actually change how we think about time?
Mm.
Not just tracking it, but valuing it. What does it really mean for you personally to make time yours? When a company like Timex is so successfully making watches, and maybe the whole idea of time its own, something to ponder.